What up, folks? How you doing? Welcome back to Football Digest Daily. I am Nyash. I hope you have had a fantastic weekend. I have had a very good weekend. Started off on Friday we did not do much day digest. My apologies for that because I got caught up somewhere and I could not show up and I could not get a replacement in time. I did not see myself getting caught up, so here kinda too Evo. Then on Saturday we had, of course, the score and the kickoff live on location at Quiver Lounge. Beautiful stuff. It was beautiful. I had a good time. Then on Sunday, Jana, we had, who in action, and they did the thing against, Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge squeezed by them kwa Arsenal's playground. Uko, tunaenda tu kushinda. We have won our last 3 games there. Yes, that's how good we are at Stamford Bridge. It's like our home. And I mean, even if you look at how the game turned out, man, Arsenal looked like the home team. I think we had, almost 15 attempts on goal. Chelsea had 5. As in, nani wako home hapa? Ni Arsenal ama ni Chelsea? Chelsea looked like the away team. Aubameyang had opened his big mouth before the game saying it was nothing personal. Was it about what he said about Arteta or what? I don't know what it is and I don't care. But it was nothing personal when you were clapping him at his own backyard. And even Gabriel Magalhaes tweeted about that. Nothing personal, but 3 points in the bag. I love this team. I love Arsenal. We had a very good outing, man. Totally dominated that. Could have easily made it 3-0, by the way. Jesus had a heck of a chance that he did not score. And man, now 9 goals without scoring for Jesus. I'm not liking it, but yeah, I mean, he's scoring goals, so that's okay. Martin Odegaard had another chance that he could have converted, did not. Yeah, but 1-0 win. Beautiful performances. Dominance from the word go. Absolutely pocketed Aubameyang. Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba are having a field day with Aubameyang. Aubameyang had 8 touches the whole game. Only 2 were inside the box. Yeah, it was absolutely pocketed. A good one. Saliba Mazejo, yo. If you had any doubts of whether Saliba is the best young centre back in the world, I don't think you have them now anymore now, do you? I don't think so. After how he did last night, last evening, last afternoon, after Jana too, yesterday. My God, he was... Yo. I don't even have enough words to describe just how good Saliba was. But yes, he was good. Gabriel Magalhaes scored the goal for Arsenal. Courtesy of a Saka corner kick. Yes. And yeah, like I said, Chelsea were nowhere to be seen, man. They were poor. They were poor, man. And we totally exposed them. You see, Chelsea before us, they had been getting results, but they never really convinced you in those games. It's just like how when we met Spurs, they were getting W's. But they were never really dominating those games until they met Arsenal and they got exposed. That's exactly what happened to Chelsea. Chelsea walikuwa wanapata 2 results, wanapiga Salzburg. Well, in the Champions League, I've been doing well. Wanapiga Milan. In the league, not really convincing performances, but yeah, they were getting the W's until they met Arsenal. That's why they drew the line. So 1-0 win for Arsenal took us back on top of the table like we never freaking left. Now, we were not top of the table because Fulham decided to give away a draw at Etihad Stadium. Maze Fulham were playing against 10-men Man City. I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity for Fulham to get something out of this game. Give us a draw, man, niggas. Give us a draw. Wapi. Penalties due the last minute. Haaland bagging it. And just like that, a 2-1 win for Man City. Niliboeka bana. But at some point in time, niliacha kuwatch your game because I was like, hii ni draw. I mean, they can 92. Hawa sha draw. Hey, kugeuka tu hivi at Haaland penalty. Oh my God. And now I'm sitting there thinking, okay, for the first time Haaland is going to miss a pen. Yeah, I thought wrong. He didn't. And another instance that happened in that game, of course, like I said, 10-men Man City. Why? Because Cancelo was given a red card in the first half for pushing a Fulham player who was attacking. Yeah, in the box, he pushed him away, got a red card. Fulham got a penalty, made it 1-1. Alvarez, by the way, had scored a beautiful goal for Man City to make it 1-0. Now they were equalized because of that penalty. And the shove that Cancelo did is almost similar, if not exactly similar, to a shove that Trent did on Ryan Sessegnon last night when Liverpool were playing against Spurs. So I'm like, okay, hiyo hata haikuitwa pen, haikuangaliwa na VAR, hakuna kadi ilitolewa, and Trent did that twice. And none was scored. And I'm like, again, inconsistency in officiating. Very inconsistent. But yeah, Man City won 2-1. That same time, you had games zilianza 6 on Saturday 6 p.m. We had Leeds United up against Bournemouth. Bournemouth were 3-1 at some point in that game. And yeah, from 3-1 up to 4-3L. Leeds United won the game, jumping all the way to number 12. I'm telling you, the number 11 The gap between number 11 and number 17, I think is just 3 points. 3. Yani one time unaweza kuwa number 17, you can win that game and go all the way to number 11. Crazy shit, bro. So Leeds United won against Bournemouth 4-3 to go all the way to 12th. Brentford were playing against Nottingham Forest. They drew that game 2-2. Brentford were not having Ivan Toney. Seems like that's not a problem. But yeah, they did not win, but still a draw. They were actually winning that game 2-1. The equalizer for Nottingham came way late into the game. Yeah, those were the 3 games being played. Then at 7:30 we had, or is it 8:30, we had Leicester up against Everton. And Leicester are looking good. 2-0 win. They have only lost once in the last 5 games. That was against Man City. 1-0 L. That's a loss you take against Man City. So yeah, they're doing good. Proper resurgence from the Foxes, that's for sure. Then on Saturday, we had the plethora of games also. Arsenal up against Chelsea, 1-0 win for Arsenal. Dominance throughout. Well, yeah, Saliba, Gabriel, like I said, all these guys were very good, yes? Ben White, Arsenal walikuwa too sour. Then we had Newcastle, they were playing against Southampton. And Newcastle are now 3rd in the league. They won 4-1 against Southampton, where Arsenal struggled to win. And guess who was among the guys who scored for Newcastle? Yes, Almiron. He just can't stop scoring. 7 in 7 now. Hey, dude's on fire. Dude's on form like crazy. Same time, we had West Ham up against Crystal Palace. They lost that game 2-1. Courtesy of an Olise winner. Heck of a goal, by the way. Crystal Palace came from behind to win 2-1 against West Ham. That is huge. So, those are the games being played. Oh, oh my God. Did I just forget to mention that Man United were obliterated, annihilated by Unai Emery? Good Ebening is back in town and is back with a bang. And he loves playing against United. Nakumbuka akiwapiga somewhere in the Europa League, yeah? Yeah, now he came back again, beat them in the league. Good stuff. And maybe a very good start for Unai Emery, and maybe he'll have a better stint in the Premier League this time around, unlike he did at Arsenal. And I was doing the fan cams for the Arsenal-Chelsea game, for the Chelsea-Arsenal game when this game was playing. Tunakaka tu kidogo hivi, hey, Leon Bailey, within 5 minutes or 7 minutes, kukaka kidogo dakika 11, 2-0, Lucas Digne with a sublime free kick. And I'm like, God damn, what an evening. It's a good Ebening, for sure. We were having a good Ebening jana tukiwatch your game. So 3-1 win, Jacob Ramsey. I hope that's his name. Jacob Ramsey, of course, made it 3-1 for Aston Villa. After Luke Shaw had made it 2-1, had put a goal for Manchester United. So 3-1 L for Manchester United, a lovely sight. Then, of course, after that, we had Liverpool up against Spurs. Mo Salah with a brace, 2-1 win. Game of 2 halves because Liverpool actually dominated the first one and Spurs dominated the second half. Very much so. And that's how it ended. And somehow, Spurs bado wako fourth. Somehow, bado wako fourth. I don't get it. But that's that. Then, of course, in other leagues, we had, like in Serie A, we had some very good matches. We had Derby della Capitale. That is the Rome Derby, where Roma were taking on Lazio, and Lazio won that game 1-0 after some howler from Roma. We also had Derby d'Italia. That is Juventus up against Inter Milan. Juventus won that game 2-0. Yes, Vlahovic did not score. No, he didn't. But yeah, 2-0 win against Inter Milan. That was good because the first half, it was all Inter Milan, man. Juve, actually, the first goal was a counter-attack. Kuna mtu anaitwa Kostic, he's having a good game. He's playing well. Because I recall seeing him against PSG over the week in the Champions League, and he was good. He was Juventus, by they took an L against PSG, but they were good. It's not for the lack of fighting. It's not for the lack of trying that game. They were good. And Jana against Inter Milan, of course, they won the game. Maybe they did not dominate the game as much, but 2 goals in the bag, 3 points in the bag, clean sheet. They're looking good. Yeah, you cannot complain when you have that. So that's how the cookie crumbled this weekend as far as football goes. This coming week shall be having, of course, what do you call it? The Carabao Cup. Yes, before you go to the final games being played on this coming weekend on 11th and 12th. Don't forget, if Arsenal wins against Wolves, we'll go to the World Cup to keep top of the table. And you will not forget that. We'll make sure we remind you all that and then some throughout the World Cup. Yes, so it's looking good. It's looking good. Have a fantastic week. God bless. I'll catch you on the next one.